Yes! Alrighty. What's up, everybody? It is I, once again, your Tribal God of Extreme, Peter Joseph here for video number 2. Video number 2 on your Thursday night, March the 12th, 2026. Thank you all for watching this video right here on the Peter fucking Joseph YouTube Wrestling Channel, youtube.com/Peter Joseph. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. And all the links are down there, so check it out right now. Leave a comment on this video or any one of my videos on my respective channels from the past, now, and in the future, Conan, but don't leave stupid comments. You get sent to the Shadow Realm, beaten severely. Ozzy and Satan will laugh at you and then eat your soul. So don't do it, go do it somewhere else. And that's that. You don't like it? Tough shit. And that's that. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget to tap and slap that bell to turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because you miss anything, you missed it, and you're SOL, and I think we all know what that means by now. And if you don't know, for 16 years, you don't know, you really need to get slapped. Because you're SOL, you now know what that means after I slapped you a few times. But I digress on that. Let me move on. So like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and all that good stuff. And we move on. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax. Grab your nice tasty cold one. I got Burger King earlier with the missus. So, we move on. That's my lunch. So, we move on. But whatever you're drinking tonight, or whenever you're watching this video, sit back, relax, put your stinky feet up, and enjoy the show. If you like it, great. You don't, well, fuck you, man. And that's pretty much it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. March the 12th, 2026, we're pretty much about to hit the weekend, the second weekend of March. Friday the 13th tomorrow, so beware of Jason Voorhees, he's back! So, we had it last month, now we get it this month, and we have another one coming later in the year. So, 3 times we see Jason Voorhees. What is he got, he's got a sequel after a sequel after a sequel, and it gets better every single time. But, we got that, but Friday the 13th tomorrow. So, beware of Jason Voorhees tomorrow. Or if you like him, tell him I said hello. And that's pretty much it. But, hope you had a great day today. Not as warm as yesterday here in the Northeast. Got a lot of rain. Thunder boomers last night. Oh, it was nasty last night. Ooh. Thankfully, I didn't lose power. But it was nasty. You know, thunder boomers. And then the temperatures went down like my dick in your mom's throat. That's where it did. That's where it went. It's like 30-something degrees right now. It is cold. It snowed here a little bit earlier today. It didn't get much. It didn't get anything, really. It just snowed and evaporated. So, might be a little slick on the roads tonight, but shouldn't be a problem. But, yeah, tomorrow, gonna be about 45, 46 degrees. Not totally cold tomorrow. And then, a couple 50s on the weekend. Back up to 60 on Monday, and then down again. Down on St. Patrick's Day. And it pretty much, like, stabilizes. I mean, the 40s and 50s by the time we get to next Saturday, which is the start of spring. I'm not going to feel it, but at least it won't be raining or anything. So if I've got to go out next week like I do, it won't be a problem. But, yeah, we get that. It's going to rain on Monday. It's going to be really windy and rainy. It's going to be yucky on Monday, but then the temperatures fall again. Just, ugh. But those 80s were pretty damn nice, weren't they? Yeah. Well, probably won't hit that till June. What are you gonna do? Wacky world of weather we live in here in the Northeast, wherever you may be. But that's that. But anyway, minus all that, had a very good day. Sadly, we lost Ernie Anastas, legendary New York news anchor, passed away today at 82. Another hit to my childhood. I grew up watching him and Kaidi Tong and Storm Field and everybody on Channel 7 News, Eyewitness News. You know, so check out the video. Link will be down below in the gobbledygook. And that's pretty much it. We move on with that. Big Niners news. Dre Greenlaw back with the Niners. Yes! Oh, we needed him back. After a year with the Broncos, he did pretty well in the Broncos in the AFC title game. But now he's back with Fred Warner. He's back with Bosa. There's a rumor that his brother Joey Bosa was going to sign with the Niners. That was a rumor. Hasn't happened yet, but I hope so. But we got that. Kyler Murray joins the Vikings. Why? Okay. Arizona, you suck now. Yay! But I digress with that. Geno Smith went back to the Jets. Oh my god, he's back with the Jets. And he had a bad time there. Oh, so him and Justin Fields are going to have a field day. No pun intended. But I digress. So the Jets' quarterback situation is dismal. Oy. And I'm a Jet fan saying that. Defense-wise, great. Offense, not so good, Al. So I can only imagine. I don't even know I got to name the fucking coach of the Jets. So, Aaron Glenn's in his second year. Oh, he get fired. He gonna be gone by mid-season if the Jets play like they did last year. A couple of good games coming back here and there, and they should have won more than they did win. But, I mean, we'll see what happens with that. We got the NFL draft coming up next month. But Dre Greenlaw back. We got another guy on the, another defensive tackle from the Cowboys. We're going to have to give up a third-round pick. Debo might be coming back. We need some wide receivers. Jake Tungus is back at tight end. That's pretty damn good. We lost, Sky Moore. I think he went to the Packers. Oh, that's not good. Going in your same conference. But man, the Niners actually now look good. I mean, they looked good last year if it wasn't for Bosa and Fred Warner going down and then Kittle near the end of the year. But during the year and then the playoffs. Oh, the Niners could have won the Super Bowl last year. I think they have a great shot this season. I said that for how many seasons now? 5, 6 years now? But you just run into buzzsaws like Seattle and the LA Rams and sometimes Philly. But the NFC West is going to be a dogfight this season with the Rams, the Seahawks, the champs. Yeah, we'll give you that title. We want it back. So we'll see what happens with the revenge of the revenge of the revenge times 4 redemption tour with the San Francisco 49ers. And we got that. So, we got that. Baseball, the World Baseball Classic the final games are this weekend and early next week. Team USA, I don't know how. They said a prayer to Italy, and Italy helped them out by beating Mexico last night, so they play Canada tomorrow. We'll see what happens there, but I still think it's going to be Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic in the finals next Tuesday. Had that. Clay Holmes got sent back down to Port St. Lucie. He's going to be pitching this weekend. That's good, because we need him to get in form. It is what it is. Sean Manaea had another garbage start today. Ship him out. That fake as fuck tribal chief. You're fake. The only real tribal chief is my tribal chief, Roman Reigns. That's it. Let me move on with that. Alright, so that's pretty much what's been going on today and pretty much this week, even though with the stupid Iran war, nobody gives a fuck. Gas prices up the wazoo. What else is new? Hey, that rhymes. But I digress. Alright, enough about all that. Hope you had a great day, and if not, too bad. But on your Thursday night, it is time, before we get to Dynamite, I don't know what I'm talking about. This is going crazy. On your Thursday night, before we get to Impact, it is time, and I'll probably go into a little bit of Impact tonight, because we're about 9 minutes away. Anyway, so, as the title below says, after 9.5 minutes of craziness, but you clipped it, I don't give a fuck. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late and out-of-date AEW Dynamite! Oh yeah, Jimmy Jam Walker, baby. Dynamite, AEW Dynamite review from last night, March the 11th, 2026. great show was the go-home show before this Sunday night. First pay-per-view of the year for AEW Revolution. That's from the Kia Forum in LA. And we had that. Alright. And we are emanating last night from the San Jose Civic Center in that great city of San Jose, California. And our commentary team, very different this week. No Excalibur because he was sick. Pussy. But it is what it is, you know. Excalibur, I don't think he's ever missed a Dynamite. I don't think he has. I have to look at the tapes, but it is what it is. NXT, oh boy, they went down from 645. They went down to 544 this week in the ratings. Damn. I can only imagine that. I think Dynamite won this week again. I think for the third week in a row. I don't know yet with the ratings, but I assume that Dynamite's ratings is going to be better than NXT. But it is what it is. Alright, our commentary team of this guy from Ring of Honor, Ian Ricker Boring. He's boring. And Tony Baloney Schiavone, or Tony Schiavone for you people that love Jericho, my good buddy Tony Schiavone. And Brian Fagelson Danielson Commentatorson lies to his teethson. Yes! And we had that. Alright, so we had a press conference, if you want to call it that, between Maxwell Jacob Fartknocker, MJF, and the Hangman, Adam Page. And they did some cowboy shit in that horrible, and it was horrible, press conference. Those fake, well, most of them were fake press. Even though the only person I knew that was there was Denise Salcedo. That's it! Who are these people? You know, if Issa was there, she would ask the hard-hitting questions. But she doesn't go to AEW pay-per-views. It is what it is. I could have went there and asked easy questions. Hey, Max, what do you think, you know? Hey, Tony Khan, you ever need a press guy? Huh, I'll do your press. Just don't, leave the cocaine, away from me. I don't do that shit. We'll move on with that. Alright, so we start the show off. We run down the card, and our first match of the night, a tag team match player. We got the Death Riders, the CMLL Heavyweight Champion, the Swiss, Claudio Castagnoli, and his partner, the Continental Breakfast of Champions champion, Jon Moxley. They take on the Don Callis family of weirdos. Well, these two guys are not weirdos, but Hechicero and Kensuke Takeshita. Takeshita. This match was wild. Great. Beat the crap out of each other. Don Callis at ringside. As always, can't get rid of that thumb. I like the sign. Don Callis looks like a thumb. No, he looks like a penis. That's what he looks like. Shit. But I digress on that. Moxley and the Catch the King, we're in the ring. The crowd's going, holy shit! Oh, imagine what they're going to do. What they did in the Continental Classic. And then what they're going to do this Sunday night. That no time limit match. They're going to beat the fuck out of each other. But anyway, we get to the end of the match. They're fighting on the floor. Going crazy. Cicero comes back in. Takes over on Claudio's. Pretty much he was busted up. His ribs and his I think his leg too. But then Claudio sends him to the outside. Then he has a running seated senton off the apron. But then Hechicero ties up the legs for a roll-up. A fruit roll-up back on the inside. Moxley had to make the save barely. And then Claudio with the swing, swing, swing from the tabletop. Okay. I don't know why I sang that, but it's a good song. Swung him 4 times. And then Hechicero came right back with a fireman's carry face plant. Wasn't anything. It was like, just dropped him. Okay. Then, the referee, I forgot who the referee was. He almost got bumped in the corner. And then Claudio with the Rowdy Piper. Boop, right to the eyes. Then a small package. A 1924 small package. Gives Claudio the win in 14 minutes. Alright, so the Death Riders get the win. I'm getting sick of this Death Riders Don Callis feud. It's getting boring. But it is what it is. But good match altogether. 3.25 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, the rest of the most of the Don Callis family comes out. Lance Archer comes out. He hit Marina Shafir. And she went down hard. I think she was grabbing her shoulder. Hopefully, nothing happened with her. So they start beating down Claudio, and then they hold Moxley up, and they give Takeshita a chair. They say, hit him with the chair! And Takeshita's like, no. Me, him, one-on-one. I want to fight him one-on-one! So, we get that, and everybody's like, hey, Chair's like, hit him with the chair, that's it, pero! You fucking, And still, Takeshita won't do it. He wants Mox at 100%. I get it. It's great. There's tension in the Don Callis family, especially with Takeshita. I think Takeshita's going to turn face pretty soon. And we'll see what happens with that. So, basically, he wants Mox to take the title from Mox by himself. Which I get. It's, good strategy. We get that. We move on. Alright, then we have the remarkable Renee Paquette with 2 hotties. That's the new CMLL Women's Champion, Persephone, and the TBS Women's Champion and one half of the AEW Women's Tag Team Champions, the resident fun girl, Willow Nightingale. Bam! They're in the back. They congratulate each other on their big wins. They're going to be facing each other for the TBS title later in the night. And they compare how hard they hit Mercedes Moné. It's like, oh, the whole Rhea Ripley Jade thing. Like, we don't need that, but we have that. We move on. Alright, then in the back, we have Don Callis firing up the TNT champion, the Protostar! I hope I blew out your eardrums. Kyle Fletcher, before he faces Speedball Mike Bailey, getting him ready. And then the champ, MJF, comes in, wants Fletcher to beat Speedball up, but Fletcher says, I'm doing this for myself. I ain't doing it for you, Max. And then Max like, hey, Don, you should tell your family members how to treat the champ. Ooh. Oh, give me Fletcher and MJF, please. Sign me the fuck up. Take my money. Take our money. Right, Oba? Take our money. Take our money. Hula. Whoo! That's clear. Hey, Oba. Okay. Moving on. Alright, so I gave that those segments 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we get to match number 2 for the TNT title. This match was epic. Match of the year. Well, candidate, at least. Kyle Fletcher and Speedball Mike Bailey, they beat the crap out of each other. Near falls galore. I mean, Don Callis is going crazy on commentary. Danielson going nuts. I mean, Speedball came this close to winning the title. This went 18 and a half minutes. But we get near the end, a tornado kick gets a near fall. And then Speedball kicks Kyle in the face, pretty much almost knocking him the fuck out. Then he charges into a running Michinoku driver. You don't see that a lot. That was impressive for a near fall. And another spin kick in the corner connects for Speedball. He goes for the ultimate weapon, Final Fantasy reference, that missed. And, but Mike Bailey kicked Fletcher in the head again. And then, it shouldn't have happened, but Kata, the Intercontinental Champion, and Mark Davis, 2/3 of the Trios Champions, along with Kyle Fletcher, they come out, they hand Fletcher one of the belts, I think it was the tag team belt, boom, knocks him out, then a bling buster, 1, 2, 3, Kyle Fletcher retains the title. We didn't need the interference, but still, epic match, 4.5 out of 5 stars. If it wasn't for the interference, I would have gave a solid 5. When we move on with that. Alright, TNA has started, and we got the Hardys! Woo! Jeff Hardy, dude! And Broken Matt Hardy! They're in action tonight. I think they're taking on the Sinner and the Saint. That's Judas Icarus and the other guy. So, we'll see what happens with them as we get the Sacrifice in 2 weeks from tomorrow. We're still in Atlanta, GA. Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. Boom, doo, doo, doo. Oh, love that theme. Love it. And yes, Michael P.S. Hayes can sing. Figure that one out. Alright, so the Sinner and the Saint coming out for their tag team match to start taped Impact. So it's Travis Williams and Judas Icarus. Or Icarus, whatever you want to call him. Look at that. But let's back to AEW. Yeah. Man. Speedball and Fletcher. So good. So good. Or as Bray Wyatt would say, you say, Bray, that's good shit. You know. It's good shit. But we move on. Alright, then we got an 18-second filler match to cool down and everything. The big man, Brody Hoot King, takes on some guy. I don't know who he was, but beat him in 18 seconds with a Gonzo bomb. That's it. And then after the match, Brody's going around the ring, high-fiving fans, and then a man in a black hood, wonder who that could be, and it's Swerve, chokes him out with a chain. They get in the ring, and Swerve takes off, he took off the hood, choking him out, and then Brody's like getting up, he's hooking up brother, and he's, broke the chain, probably got it from Home Depot. Everything breaks there. Anyway, so he breaks it, Swerve's like, oh shit. And then Brody beat the fuck out of him. Cannonball in the corner. Then then he choked him out on the apron. And then Prince Nana, my good buddy Prince Nana, buy his coffee, please. He comes in to try to, at least stop Brody from hurting his buddy even more. And kind of works. Swerve gets out of the ring. We'll see what happens on Sunday. That match is going to be brutal. And that's pretty much it. So, the segment, the after segment, I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. Match, 0. Because it was an 18-second suckfest. Yeah, it's longer than William Yuta dates. Oy. That guy can never get any. I digress. Moving on. Alright, we go to back. Mike Bailey is all ready to win the Trios titles from Proto Okada and Mark Davis. So he's going to team up with the Jet, Kevin Knight, and Mystico, or Sin Botch. So we'll see what happens with that. They're going to lose. I don't think they're going to... I can't see the Don Callis family losing those Trios titles to them. But you never know. And we get that. Alright, then we get to our next match, another tag team match player. We got, the gimmick stealer himself, Orange Cassidy. And, hi guys, it's me, Darby Allin. I just want you to know I'm teaming up with that gimmick stealer, and I weigh 150 pounds. I live in Seattle. I suck. I'm so emo, guys. Alright, so they take on the Dogs, and that's Gabriel Kidd and making his AEW in-ring debut, and that's David Finlay. So the BC War Dogs in action, too sleepy for the love of fucking God. Oh, you gotta love that. Alright, so it was a decent match, nothing to write home about. Eventually, Clark Connors comes into the match. Dex Orange Cassidy with a tire iron. Might have got it from Shiloh. I don't know. Anyway. That was on the outside of the ring. Back in. Coffin drop gets countered into a rear naked choke. Didn't last long. But then David Finlay hits a Dominator. And then Gabe Kidd hits a Gotch-style pile driver on Darby, I think it was. 1, 2, 3, 12 minutes. Match was decent. 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, the War Dogs beat the crap out of Orange Cassidy for a while. And then, well, they finally found him, and that's Roddy! Roderick Strong comes back. And we all think, he's gonna turn on the conglomeration and everything. And we're like, come on, please turn heel, Roddy. Turn heel, come on in. No. Fuck. He saves Orange Cassidy. So I guess we're going to get a 6-man tag team match out of that. Ugh. So Rowdy is now officially in the conglomeration, like we didn't know that already. Dumb. Why? Rowdy should just be by himself. And a lot of people have been asking me, hey Peter, where's Kyle O'Reilly Auto Parts? You got me. He's probably hanging out with Adam! Cole, baby. Probably is, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Kyle these days. I don't know if he's still injured, I don't know. He'll be back, I don't know when. Same thing with Adam. I don't even think Adam Cole's ever gonna come back to wrestling. Just stay on Twitch, dude. Chugs. Stay on Twitch, play Resident Evil 9 forever. Forever! You know? So we move on with that. And that's that. Alright, then we got a recap of the Psycho Killer! Tommaso Ciampa joining FTR, jumping Mark Briscoe last week on Collision. And then the Young Bucks. Nick Jackson, to come out to help. So them Bucks gonna be taking on FTR and Tommaso Ciampa in, pretty much after the next segment. But before we get to that, Willow Nightingale and Honey Cameron, the Babes of Wrath, they want to defend the tag team titles against Megan Bayne and Lena Cross. And Willow's like, well, I'm going to do double duty, so Lena Cross, you get a TBS title shot on 0 Hour. Boring. Just like we need more matches. Right. Tony Khan with his 55,000 matches on a pay-per-view. Well, at least 0 Hour is 1 hour on YouTube. Big deal. The rest of the show is going to be 5 fucking hours. 8 to 1 a.m. Come on now. We need to cut that shit off. Nobody wants to stay up till 1:30 in the morning for a pay-per-view. Unless you're in Japan. Unless you're watching New Japan. Huh. Alright, the Hardys beat the Sinner and the Saint. Nobody gave a fuck. And then might get sportsmanship. Well, maybe not. Let's see. Alright, the Hardys are looking for a Code of Honor. We're gonna get it. And sportsmanship! Yay! Code of Honor. You love to see it. Which is rare from the Sinner and the Saint. With their allegiance to, used to be allegiance to, Mr. Eric Young. Yay! Sportsmanship! Yay! Then they're gonna turn on him and beat him up. So, we got all that. I still think the Righteous Vincent and Dutch are gonna win the tag team belts, probably at Rebellion. And we got that. Alright. We got Indy Hartwell in action coming up next on Impact, which is taped tonight. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so we start off with a pretty decent, not great, but pretty decent tag team match. And the Hardys win. Big deal. Alright, so Willow is going to defend the belts twice in the same night. TBS title against Lena Cross, and then the women's tag team belts against her, Lena Cross, and Megan Bayne. One of those titles are probably going to be changing. We'll see. That's that. Alright, then we got Mark Briscoe and the Young Bucks taking on FTR and Ciampa. So Daxie Axe Harwood and Cash, he's got a Super Soaker! He doesn't have a Glock, he's got the Super Soaker this time. Haha, I made Issa laugh at those 2 jokes I made. Issa popped for my jokes. She loves me. Told you. I'm a fun guy. So, you think Issa hates me. Ha! Eat my ass. It sucked my ass! Shut up, Shane. Can you? Thank you. You like it, you suck my ass! Alright, so anyway. This match was pretty good with the Bucks, Ciampa, and FTR. Stokely Hathaway still in his wheelchair at ringside. Crazy match. At one point, FTR, I think they put Matt Jackson through the announcer's table with that spike pile driver! That was insane. Damn. After Matt got hit with a monitor and then Spike pile driver on the announcer's table. Did it break? No, it didn't break. Matt's neck might have broke, but shit. Back in, Mark Briscoe goes for the J Driller, gets blocked. Ciampa then hits the meat in the middle, running knee. 1, 2, 3, so Ciampa and FTR get the win over Name Books. Wild, crazy match was, you sir, Jay Briscoe, reach for the sky, boy. As he would say, crazy as shit. They went, buck wild on that bitch. What? Buck wild. Pretty much. That's it. Alright. 3.25 out of 5 stars for that match. Let me move on. And then after the match, Ciampa beats the crap out of Mark Briscoe some more. Then a super air raid crash through 2 open chairs. Ow! You know what that means? Hardcore match coming up between those 2 guys. So they're gonna be busted, blood galore probably. Who knows? Well, we know Mark was busted open in that match last night. Little blood, not too much. He got a little cut on his head. Where we get that? Alright, then we get a video for MJF and Hangman, looking at their history, all the way from the early days of Dynamite and AEW, all the way up to now. And then Texas Death this Sunday for the AEW World Title. If Hangman loses, he can't go for the title ever again. So the Cody syndrome. So we'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we go to this garbage fucking press conference that was emceed by Brian Fraggleson Danielson. And I'm not even gonna go into it. It was just dumb, boring. I mean, Denise Salcedo with the only good question out of the whole thing. And then Max grabs a couple cups of beer. He's like, I'm gonna have a toast to the Hangman. And Adam Page knocks one of the cups of beer out of Max's hand. That was pretty good beer there, Hangman. You drink beer, you know, you're you know? And then Max like, you spilled my beer! Threw it in his face, they start fighting. You knew that was gonna happen. They fight all the way to the ring. Security guard gets knocked the fuck out. And then, yeah, that was it. And then security finally breaks it up. And Max hightails it, and that's it. Let me move on. Alright, Gia Mills with the Elegance brand. Heather and M by Elegance, and Mr. Elegance, that Timu, whatever guy is. The young version of Jack Perry. Remember when Jack Perry was started in AEW? That's Jack Perry. That's who Mr. Elegance is. The young version of Jack Perry. So they're talking about what happened last week with ODB. Throwing garbage, shit, whatever that drink was on them, in front of Honey Boo Boo's mom and stuff like that. They said they humiliated him and stuff like that. Alright, Ash is back. Ash Holt by Elegance. Well, that's not it. Goldilocks! I haven't seen her in a long time. In the early days of TNA. I thought it was Ash for a second, but it's Goldilocks. Man, she hasn't aged a bit. Like 20 years ago. She's 20 years older, but you can't see it. Like, I'm 49, 16 years ago, I was different, you know? I didn't age that much. So she's talking, you know, they're bad-mouthing Gia Miller, and Goldilocks is sticking up for them. And then, Goldilocks is basically saying, hey, you need to respect people around here, or I'm gonna make some calls, bring back some more old farts. And then Mr. Elegance thinks he's cool. He's like, weren't you here? Didn't you used to work here when I was 4 years old? Basically, you need to sit down and shut up. And then Goldilocks like, hey, real women talking here. Grown folks talking. Nice little Trick Williams reference. Get out of here. And they got humiliated again. Aww. Oh, great to see Goldilocks. I know if Issa would have done a stream tonight, she's like, who the fuck is that chick? So me being the TNA historian, you know, we got that. Alright, Indy is here. Dexter's former wife, Dexter Lumis. The guy that never blinks, he's like Tony Khan. I will never blink! Please watch Collision this Saturday night at 8 p.m. and then Revolution on pay-per-view at HBO Max. Doesn't blink, the guy never blinks! Man, that would probably be one of my first questions. Hey, Tony, when are you going to ever blink? Stop snorting the cocaine. Oh, please watch my show! And then he drinks like, he goes to get his Perrier. He's probably laced with cocaine too. Who's this chick? I don't know who this is. Indy versus some chick. Ow. Is that Xia Brookside? That can't be. Who is that? She looks familiar. It's not, I don't know who this chick is, but anyway, probably a squash match for some reason. And Indy's, dealing with Tessa Blanchard and her group of Mila Moore and Alicia Fox. Ow. Oh, you're so strong, Indy. So strong. I'm surprised they brought up her NXT World Title reign. It just didn't last that long. Who is this chick? Oh, she missed. Missed a handspring elbow. Oh, Kelsey Heather? Who? Don't know. Some indie chick. Alright. Indy's probably gonna beat her in like 5 minutes. So this Impact, yeah, not really one that you want to watch. But nothing else to watch on Thursday nights. Besides Ring of Honor. Alright, anyway. Alright, so that press conference or whatever it was garbage. Garbage. 2 out of 5 stars for that. Kind of brought the show down a little bit, but still, decent show. Not great, but it is what it is. So, my final rating for Dynamite last night, solid 7 out of 10. Match of the night, clearly Fletcher and Speedball for the TNT title. That was epic. And that's pretty much it. Alright guys, gonna watch the rest of this taped garbage edition of Impact. But I'll be back a little bit later tonight with your Monday Night Raw review on my Killer Demons channel. So, triple threat tonight. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. And then tomorrow, late tomorrow night, we'll talk about SmackDown. Late tomorrow night, we'll talk about TNA. We'll do SmackDown on Saturday. And then get you ready for... There is I thought it wasn't going to be Collision on Saturday night, but there is going to be Collision. It's already taped. So, probably watch a little bit of that. We got Rey de Reyes. Pretty much, I think it's at 9 o'clock, 9 or 10 o'clock on YouTube. So watch that. Triple A pay-per-view, or event, whatever you want to call it. And then Revolution on Sunday. I'm going to do my predictions probably Sunday afternoon. And then we'll do the review Sunday night. So we'll get to all that. TNA Ring of Honor review on Saturday. So lots of stuff coming your way this weekend. So please hit that fucking bell. Because if you don't, I'm going to make you hit it. And that's pretty much it. Alright, thanks for watching everybody. Once again, 7 out of 10 stars for Dynamite. Pretty good show. And that's it. But until next time, my friends. Peace.